Take a moment. Look around you. Really look. Let your gaze wander across the surfaces, the shelves, the corners of your space. What do you see? The objects in your home are far more than just inanimate things, mere possessions occupying space. They're story keepers, silent narrators of your life's unfolding chapters. Each item holds a whisper of the past, a glimmer of the present, and perhaps even a hope for the future. That favorite chair, the one perfectly molded to your form, bearing the subtle imprints of countless hours spent in contemplation or relaxation. The gifted cup, perhaps a little chipped around the edges, but holding within it the warmth of shared moments and heartfelt conversations. The books on your shelf, those silent sentinels of knowledge and imagination, each spine a portal to another world, another perspective. Each holds a memory, a feeling, a piece of your journey, a tangible link to experiences that have shaped who you are. They are fragments of your personal history, carefully curated or unconsciously collected over time. We attach meaning to these objects, imbuing them with significance that transcends their material value, weaving them into the very fabric of our lives, creating a rich tapestry of associations and emotions. They become extensions of ourselves, reflections of our values, our passions, and our relationships. A stone from the beach, smooth and worn by the relentless caress of the waves, becomes a memory of peace, a reminder of the vastness of the ocean and the tranquility of a sun-drenched shore. A watch from a parent, its ticking a constant echo of time passing, becomes a symbol of love, a tangible connection to a legacy of care and guidance. These objects anchor our memories and hearts, providing a sense of continuity and belonging in a world that often feels transient and uncertain. They are the touchstones that ground us, reminding us of where we've come from and who we are. But sometimes, subtly and almost imperceptibly, we begin to confuse the object for the feeling itself, mistaking the symbol for the substance, the container for the content. We start to believe the chair the comfort, that without it, we cannot find solace or relaxation. The car the freedom, that our ability to explore and experience the world is contingent upon this particular possession. In truth, the love, the comfort, and the freedom are not external commodities to be acquired, but rather intrinsic qualities that reside within us, waiting to be awakened and cultivated. The objects are just reminders, vessels if you will, for what's already inside, triggers that can help us access the emotions and experiences that are already a part of our being. When we forget this fundamental truth, when we lose sight of the distinction between the object and the feeling, we inadvertently give our power away to things, allowing them to dictate our emotional state and define our sense of self-worth. We risk suffering, anxiety, and a pervasive sense of lack when we cling too tightly to these material possessions, fearing their loss or damage, believing that they are essential to our happiness and well-being. So let's look gently, with curiosity and compassion, at this deeply ingrained habit of attaching our emotions to external objects. What stories are you telling through your things? What narratives are you reinforcing about yourself and your place in the world through the objects you choose to surround yourself with? Can you see, even for a fleeting moment, the difference between the object itself, its physical form, its monetary value, and the feeling, the memory, the association it represents? This awareness, this gentle recognition of the distinction between the tangible and the intangible, is the first crucial step on the path to true freedom. Freedom from the tyranny of things. Freedom to experience the richness of life without being bound by our attachments. Losing cherished possessions. It's a universal human experience, isn't it? We all accumulate things throughout our lives. Objects that hold meaning, memories, and a piece of our personal history. These items become more than just things. They become extensions of ourselves, tangible representations of our experiences and relationships. Can feel like losing a part of ourselves. It's a deeply emotional experience, akin to grieving a loss. The sentimental value we place on these objects often far outweighs their monetary worth. They connect us to our past, remind us of loved ones, and evoke powerful feelings of nostalgia and belonging. The pain is real, but it's not the object that hurts. It's the story we've woven around it, the memories it holds, and the significance we've attached to it over time. It's the feeling of connection that we fear losing when the object is no longer present. It's our attachment to it. This attachment can be a powerful force, shaping our emotions and influencing our behavior. We often cling to these objects as a way of preserving the past, maintaining a sense of identity, and feeling secure in a constantly changing world. We believe the memory is in the photograph. that the image holds the essence of the moment captured, the smiles, the laughter, the shared experiences. We look at it and instantly transport ourselves back to that time, reliving the emotions and connections we felt then, the love in the ring. The ring symbolizes a commitment, a bond, a promise of forever. It represents the shared life, the ups and downs, the joys and sorrows, all encapsulated in a simple circle of metal. When the object is gone, we fear the memory fading, the love diminishing, the connection severed. We worry that without the physical reminder, the emotions and experiences associated with it will slowly slip away, leaving us with a sense of emptiness and loss. And love are lost too. This fear can be overwhelming, leading us to hoard possessions, clinging to them as if they are the only things keeping us connected to our past and to the people we love. But the object is just a trigger, not the source. The memories, the love, the connections, they reside within us in our hearts and minds. They are not dependent on the physical presence of an object. The Buddha taught that attachment is a root of suffering. He recognized that our desire to hold on to things, to control our experiences, and to avoid change is a primary source of unhappiness. Clinging creates anxiety. It binds us to the impermanent, causing us to fear loss and change. When we are overly attached to possessions, we become vulnerable to suffering when those possessions are lost, damaged, or stolen. We worry about loss, constantly fearing that something will happen to our treasured items. We become overly protective, guarding them jealously and experiencing anxiety whenever they are out of our sight. Damage, the inevitable wear and tear that comes with time. We try to preserve our belongings in pristine condition, but ultimately everything is subject to decay and disintegration, or theft. The thought of someone taking our possessions can be deeply unsettling, violating our sense of security and leaving us feeling vulnerable and exposed. Imagine holding a beautiful stone, smooth, cool, and pleasing to the touch. You admire its colors, its texture, its unique shape. At first, it's a pleasure, a source of joy and contentment. You feel grateful to have such a beautiful object in your possession, but over time your arm aches. The weight of the stone becomes burdensome and the initial pleasure fades. The stone hasn't changed. It's still the same beautiful object it was before. Your clinging causes the pain. It's your desire to hold on to the stone, to possess it, that creates the discomfort. Our possessions are like that stone. They can bring us initial joy and pleasure, but if we cling to them too tightly, they become a source of suffering. Joy turns to suffering when we become overly attached, when we define ourselves by our possessions, and when we fear losing them more than we appreciate having them. When we hold on too tightly, we become slaves to our possessions, constantly worrying about their safety and security and losing sight of the true sources of happiness in our lives. The object itself is neutral. It's neither good nor bad inherently. It's simply a thing. It's our relationship to it, the meaning we assign to it, the emotions we project onto it, and the expectations we place upon it. That brings either peace or pain. We have the power to choose how we relate to our possessions, to appreciate them without becoming attached, and to find joy in them without fearing their loss. Letting go doesn't mean not caring. It doesn't mean abandoning our memories or dismissing the significance of our experiences. It means caring without clinging. It means appreciating our possessions for what they are, reminders of our past, without allowing them to define us or control our emotions. Notice your attachments. Become aware of the objects you cling to most tightly and ask yourself why. What emotions do they evoke? What fears do they represent? Can you appreciate your treasures for the joy they bring, the memories they evoke, and the connections they represent, without being weighed down by them? Can you find contentment in the present moment regardless of what you possess or lack? This is the path to ease. It's a journey of self-discovery, a process of letting go, and a practice of finding peace within ourselves, regardless of our external circumstances. The stories and love remain, etched in our hearts and minds, shaping who we are and connecting us to the people and experiences that have mattered most in our lives. Even if the object is gone, the memories are ours to keep, to cherish, and to share, regardless of whether we possess the physical reminders. Freedom comes from loosening our grip. It comes from recognizing that true happiness lies not in what we possess, but in who we are and how we choose to live our lives. Non-attachment isn't about rejecting beauty or love, it's about loving without clinging, appreciating without needing to possess. True freedom is enjoying things as they are, without fear of loss. When we let go of the belief that happiness comes from things, we find it within. The practice is internal. a shift in perception, a gentle release. You can have many things and be free, or have little and still be attached. The key is in your heart, not your hands. We often define ourselves by what we own, our car, our clothes, our home. But if those things disappear, who are we? The Buddha invites us to find our true self in qualities no one can take: love, understanding, awareness. We are not our possessions or our titles. We are the awareness experiencing them. When we realize this, we become whole. No object can complete us. Everything changes. Flowers wilt, bodies age, mountains erode. Our possessions are no exception. The new car will rust, the sweater will fray, the house will crumble. If we only love things when they're perfect, we set ourselves up for disappointment. See impermanence in every object from the start. Cherish things as they are, knowing they won't last. When a cup breaks, honor its journey. Embrace the dance of existence. Hold your possessions with care, not attachment. This is how we appreciate beauty without suffering. Emptiness means nothing exists on its own. Everything is made of other things. A table is sun, rain, tree, carpenter, and more. Our possessions are not truly ours, they're temporary gatherings of the universe. When we see this, the urge to possess softens. We become caretakers, not owners. This brings humility and freedom. We too are made of non-us elements interconnected with all life. In this connection we find peace. Freedom isn't about having nothing, it's about changing our relationship with what we have. Practice gratitude for each object you use. See your things as gifts, not status symbols. Before buying, pause and ask, what am I really seeking? Letting go, even in small ways, creates space in your home and heart. Release what no longer serves you. Each act of letting go is a step toward lightness. Train your heart to appreciate and release. Try this. Pick up an object near you. Notice its color, shape, and texture. See the universe in it, the tree, the rain, the hands that made it. Notice the stories you've attached to it. Gently separate the object from the story. Recognize its impermanence. One day, it will return to the earth. Appreciate it fully right now without clinging. This is the practice of freedom. Hold your things with an open, loving hand. Let presence replace possession. Find a comfortable position, whether it's sitting on a cushion, a chair, or simply on the floor. Allow your body to settle, releasing any tension you might be holding. Feel the support beneath you, grounding you in this present moment. Let's prepare our minds and bodies for a gentle meditation on releasing. Gently and softly close your eyes. If closing your eyes feels uncomfortable, you can simply soften your gaze, looking down towards the floor. Now, direct your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air as it enters and leaves your body. Feel the air coming and going without trying to change or control it in any way. Simply observe the natural rhythm of your breath. Now, gently bring to mind an object you own. It could be anything, a piece of jewelry, a photograph, a book, or any item that holds some significance for you. As you visualize this object, notice any attachment you feel towards it. Observe any emotions, memories, or stories you have about it. What does this object represent to you? What feelings does it evoke? With each breath you take, imagine loosening your grip on this object, both physically and emotionally. Allow yourself to soften your attachment. Let the sense of mind become lighter, as if the object is becoming less and less a part of you. See the object floating freely in your mind's eye, detached from your grasp, simply existing in space. Remember that the love, the joy, and the memories associated with the object are safe within you, residing in your heart. These precious feelings are not dependent on the object itself. They exist independently within your own being and cannot be taken away. When you feel ready, gently let the image of the object begin to fade, dissolving softly into the background of your mind. And now bring your awareness back to your breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest. As you prepare to open your eyes, carry this lightness and sense of freedom with you into your day, knowing that you can find peace and contentment within yourself, regardless of external possessions.